Hi everyone, and welcome to this quick dive into a common head-scratcher for many web developers: why those environment variables you meticulously set using SetEnv in your Apache httpd.conf don't seem to show up in your PHP scripts. It's a frustrating problem, but the answer lies in understanding how Apache talks to PHP, especially with modern setups. First, let's understand what SetEnv actually does. When you use SetEnv my_variable sum_value in your Apache configuration, you are primarily setting an Apache internal environment variable. These variables are perfectly accessible by other Apache modules, like mod_rewrite, or even directly within Apache's own processes. They are part of Apache's internal world. Now, here's where the confusion often starts, because how PHP runs makes a huge difference. If you're running PHP as an Apache module, specifically mod_PHP, often called a DSO, or Dynamic Shared Object, then PHP is essentially running inside the Apache process itself. In this scenario, SetEnv variables will typically be available to your PHP scripts, usually through $_server or getenv. This is because PHP is sharing the same process environment as Apache. However, the landscape for PHP execution has shifted dramatically, and most modern setups, especially on production servers, use PHP-FPM, which stands for PHP FastCGI Process Manager. PHP-FPM runs PHP as a completely separate process pool. Apache, in this setup, acts as a reverse proxy or a gateway, forwarding requests to the PHP-FPM service. When Apache forwards a request to PHP-FPM, it doesn't just pass its entire process environment along. Instead, it communicates via the FastCGI protocol, sending specific request parameters and headers. This is the crucial distinction. The environment of the Apache process is entirely separate from the environment of the PHP-FPM process. So, when you use SetEnv with a PHP-FPM setup, those Apache internal variables aren't directly translated into PHP's environment variables. What often happens is that Apache might convert these SetEnv variables into HTTP headers or FastCGI parameters before sending them to PHP-FPM. PHP-FPM then receives these as part of the request data. You might find them in your $_server superglobal, but they will likely have prefixes like http_ or redirect _. For example, SetEnv my_var might appear as $_server, http_ my_var, or $_server, redirect _my_var in your PHP script, rather than a direct getenv my_var. They are no longer true environment variables in the PHP processes environment. If you truly need to set environment variables for your PHP-FPM processes, the correct way is to configure them directly within your PHP-FPM pool configuration files, typically www.conf or a similar .conf file for your specific PHP version. There, you would use directives like env my_var equals my_value. This ensures that my_var becomes a native environment variable for all PHP processes within that FPM pool, making it accessible via getenv my_var or $env my_var. In summary, the key takeaway is that SetEnv is for Apache's environment. If PHP runs within Apache mod_PHP, it works. If PHP runs as a separate process, PHP-FPM, you need to configure environment variables directly in PHP-FPM's configuration, or understand that SetEnv variables will likely appear as HTTP headers in $_server rather than true environment variables. Understanding this distinction saves a lot of debugging time. Thanks for watching. I hope this cleared up some confusion for you. If you found this helpful, please give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights into web development and server configurations. See you next time.